The Atlantic Ocean commands attention every hurricane season, drawing the eyes of meteorologists, coastal residents, and anyone fascinated by the raw power of nature. Each year, the ocean becomes a stage for dramatic weather events, but this season, the Atlantic is putting on a show unlike any in recent memory. But this year, something rare is unfolding. Meteorologists are witnessing a phenomenon that only happens once in a great while, and it's capturing the attention of weather experts around the globe. As September 25th, 2025 approaches, two tropical systems are forming unusually close together, setting the stage for a dramatic meteorological event. These systems are not just developing in the same ocean, they're practically neighbors, swirling within a region where their paths could easily cross. Normally, we track one storm at a time, but now, two storms are close enough to interact, an unpredictable scenario that fascinates meteorologists and worries coastal residents. The possibility of these storms influencing each other adds a layer of complexity to an already tense situation. When storms get this close, they can influence each other's paths, creating a chaotic dance that defies our usual forecasts. The atmosphere becomes a chessboard, with each storm making moves that could alter the other's trajectory. It's like watching two spinning tops. If they collide, their directions can change in an instant. The energy exchanged between them can lead to sudden shifts, making prediction even more challenging. For scientists, this is a moment of intense focus. For those on the coast, it's a time for vigilance. Emergency crews are on high alert, and families are making preparations, uncertain of what the next few days will bring. The stakes are high. Millions could be affected by the outcome of this rare atmospheric ballet. Evacuations are underway in some areas, and the sense of urgency is palpable as communities brace for the unknown. Today, satellite images show two developing systems over the warm Atlantic, each with the potential to become a major storm. The ocean's heat fuels their growth, and their proximity means their fates are now intertwined. Their proximity makes this situation unique and compelling. We're not just tracking storms, but their relationship. The way they interact could set new precedents for how we understand and predict hurricane behavior in the future. Will they go their separate ways, or will their dance rewrite the forecast and bring new threats to land? As the world watches, the Atlantic's unpredictable autumn dance continues, reminding us of nature's power and the limits of our knowledge. The phenomenon unfolding before us is known as the Fujiwhara effect, a rare and mesmerizing dance between two powerful storms. This effect is named after Sakuhei Fujiwhara, a pioneering Japanese meteorologist who first described this interaction in the early 20th century. When two cyclones come within about 900 miles of each other, their swirling circulations begin to interact in fascinating ways, setting the stage for a dramatic meteorological event. Imagine two dancers on a grand stage. If they draw near, their movements become intertwined, sometimes gracefully orbiting one another, sometimes colliding and occasionally spinning apart in opposite directions. Hurricanes are immense, rotating engines of wind and water. When they approach each other, their paths can shift in unpredictable and sometimes dangerous ways, altering their courses with little warning. The Fujiwhara effect introduces a new layer of complexity to weather forecasting, making it even more challenging for meteorologists to predict where these storms will go next. The outcome of this atmospheric dance depends on the size, strength, and speed of each storm. Sometimes they circle each other for days, sometimes one storm dominates and absorbs the other, and sometimes they simply drift apart. In the Atlantic Ocean, such encounters are rare, which is why meteorologists and forecasters pay close attention when two storms threaten to interact. The interaction between two storms can transform a straightforward forecast into a complex puzzle, requiring advanced models and constant vigilance. As the storms begin their unpredictable dance, meteorologists work around the clock, racing to anticipate every possible move and warn those in harm's way. Will these powerful systems merge into a single, even more formidable storm, repel each other and veer off in new directions, or change course entirely, surprising everyone? For the people living in the potential path of these storms, the answer could mean everything, determining whether they must evacuate, prepare, or hope for the best, as nature's most powerful forces perform their dangerous dance. Meet the two potential dance partners in the Atlantic this hurricane season: Tropical Storm Humberto, already making waves, and a developing system that forecasters believe will soon earn the name Imelda. These storms are more than just swirling clouds. They represent the unpredictable power and beauty of nature, each with its own story to tell. While Humberto spins with confidence, the other system is still gathering strength, but meteorologists are watching closely as it shows all the signs of becoming Imelda in the coming days. Humberto is already well organized in the central Atlantic, tracking northwest before making a graceful curve out to sea, a fortunate turn for the U.S. mainland, which means less risk of a direct hit from this particular storm. But to the south, near the Bahamas, Invest 94L is rapidly organizing. Warm waters and favorable winds are fueling its growth, and it's expected to become Imelda very soon, possibly within the next 24 to 48 hours. Unlike Humberto, Imelda's proximity to land raises real concerns for the U.S. East Coast. Communities from Florida to the Carolinas are keeping a close eye on its progress, knowing that even a slight shift in its path could bring heavy rain, strong winds, and dangerous surf. The critical factor here is distance. These two storms are projected to come within that 900-mile range, setting the stage for a rare meteorological phenomenon known as the Fujiwhara effect, where two storms can interact and even alter each other's courses. Humberto, as the established and stronger storm, could act as an atmospheric anchor, potentially pulling Imelda off its original track or even absorbing some of its energy, changing the outcome for both systems. The dance is about to begin, choreographed by nature's immense forces. It's a spectacle that scientists and storm watchers alike find both thrilling and nerve-wracking. Will Humberto pull Imelda out to sea, sparing the coast, or could their interaction push Imelda closer to land, increasing the threat to millions of people? The uncertainty is real, and the stakes are high. Emergency managers and meteorologists are on alert, preparing for any scenario as the situation evolves. Two storms, one unpredictable relationship. Their interaction could rewrite the forecast in a matter of hours. The next few days will determine their fate and ours. Stay tuned as we track every twist and turn in this unfolding story. Imagine how this atmospheric waltz could unfold. In one scenario, Humberto's pull guides Imelda away from the coast, sparing land from the worst impacts. Like a lead dancer, Humberto could create a channel for Imelda to follow, curving both storms out to sea. But the Fujiwhara effect is unpredictable. Imelda could stall near the coast, unleashing days of rain and wind. A stalled storm is a nightmare. Relentless downpours, catastrophic flooding, and widespread damage. The interaction could also affect storm intensity. One storm might weaken, or both could rapidly intensify. If conditions align, Imelda could strengthen faster than expected, posing a greater threat. The Fujiwhara dance isn't just about movement, it's about power. Meteorologists are watching closely, knowing the outcome could shift in hours. The next steps in this dance could mean everything for the coast. When two storms begin their Fujiwhara dance, several outcomes are possible. The rarest, a complete merger, where the stronger storm absorbs the weaker, creating a new, unpredictable system. More commonly, the storms orbit each other, then break apart, each on a new path. This can send one storm west, the other east, or both north, defying initial forecasts. Sometimes one storm dominates, weakening or destroying the other through wind shear. In that case, the dominant storm could protect the coast by causing the other to dissipate. Or, the storms might simply nudge each other, altering tracks just enough to change landfall risks. Even a small shift can mean the difference between a near miss and a direct hit. That's why every Fujiwhara interaction is a major concern for forecasters. The stakes are high, and the outcome is anything but certain. The Fujiwhara effect makes forecasting a nightmare. Predicting one hurricane is hard enough. Two interacting storms multiply the uncertainty. Computer models struggle to simulate the subtle physics of their dance, often producing wildly different outcomes. Some models show a merger, others a repulsion, and some can't capture the interaction at all. This leads to a wide range of possible tracks, from harmless to catastrophic. Meteorologists must analyze each model, weigh past performance, and use experience to make the best call. Communicating this uncertainty is crucial. Forecasts can change dramatically in a day. Residents in the potential path must stay alert, as today's forecast could be obsolete tomorrow. Until the storm's interaction becomes clear, it's a waiting game with high stakes. While Humberto is expected to stay at sea, Imelda could threaten the Carolinas. These states know the dangers of flooding and wind from past storms. A Fujiwhara-influenced storm could slow down, dumping feet of rain and causing catastrophic flooding. Storm surge would add to the devastation, inundating coastal communities. The timing for impact is early next week, giving residents a narrow window to prepare. Recent rains will saturate the ground, making flooding even more likely. Everyone from the Outer Banks to inland towns must be on high alert. Flooding can be as deadly as wind. Now is the time to review plans and prepare for whatever path Imelda takes. With so much uncertainty, preparation is your best defense. Stay informed through the National Hurricane Center and trusted local sources. Don't rely on rumors. Stock an emergency kit with food, water, medications, flashlights, and a radio. Have cash and charge your devices. Power outages are likely. Know your evacuation zone and plan where you'll go if ordered to leave. Include pets in your plan and keep your car fueled. Prepare your home secure outdoor items, clear gutters, and check storm shutters. Simple steps now can protect your property and save lives. Don't wait until the last minute. Act before the storm is near. Preparedness is the key to safety in uncertain times. As September 25th unfolds, the story of Humberto and Imelda is still being written. The Fujiwhara effect brings rare complexity and high stakes for the East Coast. This is a time for vigilance, not panic. Be ready, not afraid. Meteorologists and hurricane hunters are working non-stop to refine the forecast. Every new data point helps narrow the uncertainty. Stay tuned to official sources, heed warnings, and follow evacuation orders if given. Ignoring advice puts lives at risk, including first responders. Nature's power is awe-inspiring, but preparation and information are our best tools. Let's face this together. Stay informed, have a plan, and look out for one another.